Yo, what's up everybody, Master King JC here, and this is a video response to the Game Manic, also known as the Insane Game Freak. He made a video talking about our YouTube anime history, and you know what anime got us into anime. Now, this is my story right here. I knew about well, I didn't really know. I knew about anime back when I was a kid, but I didn't know that they were anime. I mean, I knew about shit like Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Dragon Ball Z back when I was a kid, but I didn't know that they were anime. I thought they was just some fancy cartoon drawing style. But the series that really made me like research anime had to be One Piece. Actually, if I remember correctly, it started when I went to my cousin's house. Yeah, I went to my cousin's house one day. I forgot what year it was. It was in the early 2000s. I went to my cousin's house, and I was just hanging out in his room and shit. And I noticed he had like this huge stack of magazines up on his dresser. I'm like, oh shit, what's that? So he made me look through. I saw some stuff in there. I also saw this issue of Shonen Jump, the American Shonen Jump. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I think it had Goku on the cover, but I don't remember because it was like 6-7 years ago. But yeah, I looked through it. I skimmed through it a bit until I got to One Piece. If I remember correctly, it was One Piece chapter 3. I think it was the chapter after Luffy punched Helmeppo, but I could barely remember because, like I said, it was 6 or 7 years ago. So yeah, I was reading through like, oh, this looks interesting, and you know, I got interested in it, and I went, and one day I went to a bookstore. I think it was either Barnes and Nobles or Borders. Was Borders even around back then? Yeah, so I went to a bookstore, and I got like the first volume One Piece, and I started reading that. I read that in one day, and I got hooked on it. And I knew about, I knew that there was gonna be a One Piece anime coming out to like I think the Fox box. So I checked it out. It was the 4Kids dub, but back then I enjoyed it because, you know, I didn't know about the Japanese dub back then. But I went online. I researched more into One Piece, and I figured out that I learned that it was an anime, and I realized that there were other anime like Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, Sailor Moon, all that shit. I'm like, whoa, they're the exact same thing. You could imagine my surprise back then where I discovered that that they were all related. So that's how I really got into like Dragon Ball Z and Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. I mean, I was into Pokemon when I was a kid. You know, I got Pokemon the first movie and Pokemon the movie 2000. I watched these like so many times when I was a kid, but as I grew up, you know, I got out of it. You know, as my taste, you know, evolved, I got into other stuff. And I also really got into Dragon Ball Z when I realized that it was related to One Piece. I used to watch it on Toonami. Toonami was my source for all anime right there. Bo was hilarious. I would watch that shit and I would laugh my fucking ass off. I could barely understand what was going on, but I still laughed my ass off because it was just so wacky. Zatch Bell was also cool. I never finished the series because they stopped showing it, and I never really like got an interest into like looking it up, which is sad. I should really do that, but you know, I've been sidetracking that. And also, what else was there? Is Zatch Bell? There was something else, I think. Oh, Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop on I think was it Adult Swim also? I think it was Adult Swim. I used to stay up at night when my dad was like asleep, my folks were like asleep. I would stay up at night and I would watch Cowboy Bebop. Oh man, that was amazing. And see all the blood and the cursing and shit, that was awesome. See, this is back in the day, man. This was like amazing for me back in that day. And you know, after I got into all that, you know, I started to look at other series. You know, I started getting into other stuff. I really didn't get into other stuff until after Toonami ended, I think. Cause I had a computer, but it was like only one, and it had like slow as DSL shit, and it took like 5 minutes just to turn it on. Or no, it took 10 minutes to turn it on, which is bullshit. So I just pretty much just watched anime on TV. If I missed the episode, I'm like, fuck! So I missed the episode, I couldn't like go back and rewatch it unless they had like reruns. And my first hentai experience. Game Medic also mentioned his first hentai experience. Now, I can't remember exactly, but I was on Google, I was looking up anime. I typed in anime on Google, I think, or something else. And I had to say search off, and I came across all these nude pics, all these naked cartoon chicks. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It was like someone first discovering peanut butter, or first discovering jelly or shit. It was mind blowing. Now this is back when I was a kid, alright? I was aroused. I'm not gonna lie and say I wasn't aroused by this shit, alright? I mean, who wasn't? If you were like a little kid and you look at these naked chicks, I mean, you had to be aroused. But yeah, that was mind blowing. I don't know the first hentai anime I saw. I can't remember exactly, but I think it had something to do with tentacles. I think tentacles were involved back then. Yeah, tentacles. I don't remember. It's all blurred. But yeah, hentai. I tried. That scarred me for life. All right. I never fully recovered from that shit, you know. And then also I came across some Dragon Ball hentai and Pokemon hentai, and that also messed me up mentally. But you know, yeah, that's the internet. I know. Now today I try to be careful what I come across. Like I safe search on moderate, but you know, I try to be careful what I come across when I'm searching on the web. But yeah, and also I also got into Yu Yu Hakusho when Toonami was still on, and Naruto. Yeah, I didn't really get into Naruto until after I got into One Piece, because One Piece was the series that really made me go back and check out these series that were airing. Like I said, Dragon Ball. I knew Dragon Ball was on. I wasn't really like that into it. I mean, when it came on, I just zoned out. I was like, whoa, cool. I was just zoned out. But yeah, until I learned about One Piece, until I learned what an anime was and what manga was, then that's when I got into it. Now, that brings back a whole bunch of memories, man. I remember, I think I got in trouble once for watching anime. Oh, yeah, I was at my other cousin's house. My other cousin, not the same cousin I mentioned before, he was a huge anime freak. He had like anime posters all up in his room, and he had like different anime movies and DVDs. No, it wasn't DVDs. I think it was VHSs or something. But yeah, I remember one time I was watching a movie in his house. It was in Japanese. It had English subs. I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. If I remember correctly, it's about these girls who were like in an airport. I don't remember exactly, but really the first time I ever saw like an anime character nude was Rama 1/2. We were out in the living room, and he was playing like Rama 1/2, and he saw Rama. She was naked, and her tits were out, but she didn't have like nipples for some reason. I don't think she had nipples. She was like nude, but you could see the nipples. I was like watching. I was like, this is back when I was a little kid, so I was like shocked at that. I think there were more people in the living room while I was watching it, but they didn't like care for it, or they weren't like paying attention to it. I was paying attention to that. I also got into like other anime type games that were like Japanese based from my cousin, and also Kingdom Hearts that really got me into like, you know, the whole Japanese gaming shit. I didn't know about Final Fantasy characters until I played Kingdom Hearts. I'm sorry, Final Fantasy fans, but I didn't know about Final Fantasy until I played Kingdom Hearts. You know, that was pretty much most of the kids who were living in like early 2000s who didn't know about Final Fantasy. That's how most of them got into Final Fantasy, I believe. But yeah, what else was there? Oh yeah, my cousin also had Battle Royale. I think that's what it's called. He used to have this like almost the entire volumes for Battle Royale, and I was just skimming through it, and I got for like the first volume. I saw like a naked chick, and I saw violence, and I'm like, cool, this is awesome. So I didn't really read the series. I just skimmed through it for two reasons: nudity and violence. And that just got me all pumped and shit. I was just skimming through it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my YouTube anime history. You know, didn't really get big into anime until One Piece. You know, until I went online, I searched it up, and I realized that it was an anime. And then I got into Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Yu Yu Hakusho, all those series back then. After that, and when Toonami ended, I was like bummed out. And then I discovered that you could watch anime on the internet. I was like, you could watch anime on the internet? That got me excited. I was like a kid in a candy store. I was like, eee! But yeah, that's pretty much it right there, you know. So yeah, anyone else watching this, give me your thoughts. You know, what was your YouTube anime history? What's the show that got you into anime, or what was the game or movie or whatever? And yeah, brought back a lot of memories. So I'll see you guys later, and keep on keeping on. Peace. And I'm gonna check out these Pokemon movies again, because I haven't seen these in like almost 6 years. So yeah, later.